You want to come back here?
Huh?
Now is there sound? I screwed up.
Audio? Did we?
I screwed up.
Did we screw up the audio?
Say it again.
I'm here. Greetings, fellow Hapsters, and welcome, replay viewers. It's time. It's time. Well, it's almost time.
Cannot hear Martin. I try not to hear Martin. Okay, now go.
Right. Greetings, fellow Hapsters, and welcome, replay viewers.
No, just go.
Okay.
Go get the rest of the stuff done. I'm down below because I'm gonna have to. Okay, you can hear. Good. So we're gonna have to find. We're gonna have to use a monitor. But yes, this costume hasn't been worn in a long time, and there were some repairs. But Martin had to do an emergency dash to the locker, and yeah, he's gonna fudge my wings tonight. They're not gonna flap because there's something wrong with the motors, and we didn't check it this week, which we should have checked it. We should have, but we didn't. We did not. We're really, really bad at that. So Martin's going to put them on. Okay, good. Oh, good. Okay. Now, when I get further away from the mic, because we can't really have the boom mics, especially under this wig. But my fairy orb was missing. My fairy orb was completely and totally missing.
Completely missing.
But as you can see, we found it. We found it.
We're ready to put wings on you?
Well, yes.
You can actually stools. You know what? We're going to have stools.
Yes, and we need a device for a monitor. Possibly a phone?
Yeah.
Thank you. So everyone, please be patient. My apologies for this. I am Orb Shell. Yes, exactly. We were discussing it the other day. Ooh, yeah. So we're going to have a late dinner after we get off air and get more stuff done. Actually, I'm hoping to get more stuff done in the store. So I am hoping, really hoping that all of our sponsors are here. I see Katrina. I see Ron. I know
You need to be looking
Vincent.
through a mirror.
What? Need to be looking through a mirror?
A looking glass or something.
What?
That's Canadian thing. What was it?
I see Ron. I see Katrina. I see, yeah, it was Romper Room. My sister watched that. I didn't. Ooh. All right. So when Martin comes back, he will put my wings on. And hopefully we'll have a monitor as well. Star is looking sexy that night. Hey! Lay off.
What's that?
He's still stuck on this whole that 90s thing.
Okay, so, can I get you to hold on to the left wing or
Beep,
your left shoulder?
beep, beep, beep. I've got to get the actual wing itself. There we go.
Actually, hold on to them both for a sec, if possible.
Yeah, the wings are bigger than the room. Unfortunately, I can't read your comments from here.
We will get a monitor set up pronto.
Pronto is definitely
Oh
the
wait, that's the wrong language, isn't it?
What? Oh, yeah, Irish. Well, what's pronto in Irish? Or Irish for pronto? Right away?
Pretty damn fast.
Pretty damn
I'm going to grab the left wing.
Okay. These are always fun to put on. We have a different style for the ones online because the ones online aren't mechanical. But yeah, something's wrong with one of the motors, so they will not be flapping today. They will be there, but they will not be flapping. And the lights. So we'll have to do broadcasts where we're gonna be building new wings in a slightly different way. We've learned a lot building these. These are a few years old now, so they're near the end of their life with the design we did. We did these on Periscope. It took us about what, 6 casts, 5-6 casts.
6 broadcasts, yeah.
Yeah. So we've discovered better ways with the Monarch wings. We've discovered better ways to do this. So I will look over and look at your comments in a moment. Because even with the contact lenses in, I'm still nearsighted. Well, they're a little bit, the print's too tiny, basically. Marnie, you having problems back there?
I'm having problems. I can't get it in the hole.
Excuse me?
Right out of the gate, huh?
Yeah, because we're not that kind of broadcast.
And I just lost the screw.
So this is one of the upsetting things too right now with things like the fabric market. This is Deponi silk, and this stuff is awesome, but it's become rare, and I can't remember why, but it's like doubled and tripled in price. So it was already expensive to start. So if anyone knows a supplier of Deponi silk, let me know, please. Because yeah, this stuff shot up from about $20, $30 a meter to like now it's almost like 80 or 78 a meter. I don't know what happened. Fabric store I was talking to wasn't 100% sure either. Come on, Martin. You can do it. We used the same backplate for the Monarch. So I'm thinking something might be going wrong back there. Oh.
Okay, wings up down. There you go.
All right.
Okay.
Them wings. Thank you, Roland. That lady from Romper Room never called my name. Oh, Shane. I'm sorry. I see Shane. Set up a monitor. Toronto. What? No, we're gonna like get another device so we can see your comments.
Well, that's not gonna work, is it?
Hello, Doe.
Vegan Doe, how are you?
Those your wings you did with stained glass paint? No, these ones are cellophane, and the inside is like an ABS spine. But because of the thickness of the ABS spine, it didn't work as beautifully as we wanted to. The first pair we did, the ones we actually made on Periscope, the smaller wings were overlapping the larger ones, and they looked more authentic. But someone dressed as Wolverine went through them, and literally, like he wasn't paying attention, and his claws were out, and I think he was on the phone or something like that. But he had it like this, and then he brought his hand down as he passed, and he went through them. So we fixed them up a little bit, but they were never the same. I sold them really cheap to a friend, and so she can make it, basically glue them back together or work it. So she used the same materials and basically remade those wings. And we made these second. This was years ago. So we're discovering some flaws again because the ABS moves, because these are normally mechanized so they can flap. The ABS moves at basically a different rate than the PET G, which is the wings themselves. And yeah, they're starting to have their day, and as you saw, Martin's having a hard time lining them up in the back. So we think they may have warped. So, but we're gonna get it solved. Yep. It is warm in here. I always get warm once I get the wig on. I think it's because there's no airflow.
Yeah,
we need airflow.
We've got the window open there.
We need airflow. So we're gonna start storytelling very soon. Unfortunately, yeah. Okay, eventually everything from the lockers that deals with costumes will be here. We will not have to go running to the locker last second to deal with that. I think I've seen both. Yes, you have, Shane. You can play a flap with a trick technique. Not these. The park in Vancouver with the flappy wings. That's right, Shane. Doing good, thanks. How are you both? I'm getting a little warm, but we're doing okay. It's still move chaos, which is very frustrating, but it's real type thing. So you kind of have to just deal with it and keep moving ahead type thing. So you're so beautiful. Thank you, Desiree. It's kind of cool having red hair for a moment. A Faye problem.
I like the heat.
Sorry, what, Martin?
I like the feeling of having red hair.
He says he likes me having red hair. Yeah, but your red hair is natural.
Here's what I need.
Yeah, I didn't get the ears on this time. That's okay. They're usually under the hair a lot anyway.
I'm noticing that our screw holes actually didn't get tapped on that particular plate.
Ah, the screw holes did not get tapped on that particular. Are you going to screw into my back?
Oh. By hand. Not with any power tools.
Sherry's trusting the wizard.
I need some light.
Yeah. Let's not actually, screw into my back.
Light go?
Which light?
Little portable LED light. So that's the stand.
Hand me my phone. Go grab me my phone.
Where'd your phone go? Here's mine.
And the makeup table.
Here's mine.
No, go ahead my phone because my battery's better.
Oh. Okay.
My battery is better. So yeah, this is a larger pair of wings. Although I think, did the monarch wings become bigger? Did we wind up making the monarch ones bigger?
A little bit, I think. Oh, it's not. Yeah, that does absolutely zero, unfortunately. But
Do you need it or not?
no.
Okay. Yeah, see, there's the real Faye attitude, right? You need it.
Do you need that or not? Okay.
Everyone, thank you for being so patient. Thank you for being so patient.
What
Now I'm going to open Haps on the phone so I can read your comments.
adventure.
Yeah, really.
All right, I lied. I have to use power tools.
What?
I have to use power tools.
What?
Carefully behind you.
Oh my god. Ah.
It's okay. I'll put my finger between you and the drill. I don't need to go.
I'm so sleep deprived. Just set up an alarm to wake up. I feel asleep. You fell asleep. Oh, did you? Thank you, Desiree. We are so sorry, guys. I can't wait till everything's where it belongs and everything's fixed. We've got a whole list of stuff that we haven't had a chance to fix.
There you go. That's all the power tools.
Are we sure?
Yeah.
Are we sure? Okay.
Positive.
Only fools are positive.
Sorry, only tools are positive?
Fools.
Are you sure?
Yes. What? Positive. What? Please tell Peter or whoever his name is I can't commit on the Haps page. I can't comment on the Haps page. Oh, you can't? Button press to enter my comment. Oh, well, if you touch it. Like, are you doing it by browser or are you doing it by app? Nothing like Martin using his tool. Now, come on, Ron. We're not that kind of broadcast. Mm-mm.
Just you wait.
Can't even see what I'm typing. Or are you using the app or using the browser? Browser.
Browser should work fine.
Yeah, well, browser should work fine. Browser should work better. Or using the browser on a portable device?
I knew they were having problems with
Vince! Here now, and came on to enjoy. They are done praying. Okay.
Oh, fantastic.
So being late means we get Vince. Woo!
Let's hope we don't lose anyone, though.
Yeah, don't want to lose anyone. Everyone stay here.
All right.
My skirt's fluffy.
Take two.
Okay.
Grab a hold of the right hand wing. Grab a hold of the left hand wing. We're trying not to be political here. None of this left wing, right wing thing.
Boo! So you can see we kind of had to move everything around and move it back and yeah, so it's a much wider shot because of the wings. Hey guys, give us a moment.
Left wing in place.
Left wing in place. Yeah, see, we had to make it mechanical too, so I can go through doors. But yeah, we're gonna try making, because these also have fiber optics in them. Again, none of that's working on the back plate for some reason. We think there's a wire within the arrangement that's that's just not connecting. But we're gonna try redesigning with another pair of fiber optic wings with without the spine inside, because the material, the Petchi we wound up using for the monarch wings is a lot stiffer than this Petchi.
Mhm.
So we're going to go with that material and see how it works. Because that's what we did for the monarch. The monarch's a different material than these. Well, same material, but different thickness. So we're going to try it that way with a thicker Petchi and a thinner Petchi, sandwiching the
The
cellophane. Cellophane, Mr. Cellophane. You know my name. Oh, that cooled me off right there.
Okay, how we doing?
We're doing fine.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
You're in?
Yeah?
Look at the size of these wings. I can't even be seen around them.
You have to be seen?
Only heard. Oh, wait a minute. I thought it was the other way around.
Going through apps on Google Chrome. Okay. Issue was only fixed outside of the broadcast. On iOS, still can't edit or delete comments within a stream. I can see what I'm typing or enter a comment. Interesting.
Love it.
Okay. Because you guys came on late because it's perfect to come on. I will try again. Okay, cool. Can you set up the iPad, honey, so that we can see it? Because we
For
got to
the,
go back here if
For the story?
yes, for the story. Yay, the send button is back. Oh, there you go. Cool. Thank you, Joel. They're done praying, and thanks to Kerhunger that came on late at a perfect time. Yay! Yes, we did. It's all meant to be. Whatever will be, will be. The future's now ours to see. Thank you, Desiree. Yes, they are huge wings. They're actually not so bad. The Maeve wings go 14 feet across. These are not that big, but the Mal wings, the Maleficent wings, are very. They're a lot heavier than these are. Thank you, Katrina. Woo! Hey, super heart.
Yay.
Can't get off screen this time.
Reach for the sky.
And Vince, stay safe aboard. Woo!
Ooh, stay safe aboard.
We'll do our best. We'll do our best. Now,
okay. That's gonna be hard to read there.
We need it a lot closer and
or bigger text.
The font. Oh no, we need it a lot closer.
Small table and flat.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to turn around this time either because we've left the back panel open this time. But this is, or this was, the purple part of this dress was my gown for our renewal vows before we moved across the country to BC. And
our 10th anniversary.
I changed in body when I started swinging the sword. So it really didn't fit. Like, I mean, it changed once and then I started doing steel blades and it didn't really fit anymore. It was way too tight in the rib cage. So we sacrificed it for this outfit. I've been here from the beginning. Wait, yes, you have. Woo! I must be the world's biggest idiot. How or where does one send you money on these videos? Joel, I see the little blue strip.
Hey.
That means you're on Twitter. Come on over to haps.tv/invite/the @, CARR.
Hunger, HUNGER.
And that's where you'll find us.
I see Joel's actually watching us on Facebook.
On Facebook, okay. So Joel, come on over. Glad you kept them company because they were praying and now they're done. Yes, woohoo! 100th anniversary. Youth made folk have a long lifespan.
Did we say 100?
Did I?
I heard you say 10th.
10th?
So, yeah.
Or did I say 100th? Where's your staff?
My staff. I'm my own staff.
No, your staff.
Here. Unfortunately, we don't have a battery for it.
Oh, what do you mean we don't have a battery for it?
We don't have a battery for it.
How come we don't have a battery for it?
It's the only battery we had of that size died.
Yeah, these beautiful rechargeable batteries. Can you grab my Ferrio? Or these types of batteries that we use in these are really powerful, but they when they die, they're done. So you can't. They're expensive, so you can't be foolish. When we do this kind of thing for the store, don't worry. We're going to do our best to try to do like double A's and triple A's and stuff like that. Standard stuff. So, where do you fairies eat? Okay, thank you, Joel. Come on over here. Martin Tool Staff Tomato Tomato LOL. Wait, there it is. Please subscribe to them. They're a blast to be around. Oh, thank you. So this is gonna kind of upstage, isn't it?
With the orb, maybe a little, maybe just a lot.
But do you want to use the iPad as a monitor?
As a monitor, yeah.
Okay.
I
am staffed to my cats. It's true.
Yeah, really.
So Martin, if you could actually put that on top of a box so it's closer,
Sure.
So we're not looking into our chest.
On top of a box, so it's actually that there, yeah. Look at it. Okay, you want to?
Yeah. This is a real stone. What I want to do is if people are interested in these, because this is 3D printed, and although we may do it a different way this time, but I want to take a casting of the stone, a mold of the stone, and do them in clear resin, because this one is a little top heavy, so when it falls over, it scuffs up the stone and it makes it easy to fall over, whereas the resin will be a lot lighter.
Work a little cage around the stone too.
All right. I'm holding Martin's staff. That's right, Ron, because we're not that kind of broadcast.
Yeah, it's in shot, but barely.
Now, the bell is out in the living room.
No, it's not.
No, it's not? Okay. Oh, I don't need this as a monitor now.
Oh, put that there.
You can have that. You can have that. I have no idea where the fur babies are.
Where are the fur babies? They are. They were racing around like mad when we were getting prepared. So we can do this one page at a time just by clicking the side.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get it to a nice size.
Oh, I see.
That's better. So I'm going to get off camera.
You got
to watch them.
Absolutely.
Here, grab your queen's stool.
Ew! I always have to pick up my queen's stool.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome. Well, greetings, fellow Hapsters, and welcome replay viewers once again. It is time for Irish story time. Tonight, we take you on a journey into the depths of Irish folklore, and who better to help tell the tale is the fairy queen herself, Queen Maeve. We use the bell to summon the fairy.
Well, Aaron, let me scoot in here.
Good evening, my queen.
Good evening, my wizard. Keep going.
Here we
oh, yes. I hear that we have eager viewers ready to hear tales of Irish folklore. We have many adventures to tell of. You and I have seen many things in our lifetimes, and I think we should share some tonight.
Yes, I'm particularly fond of how we met.
Oh, are you?
I am.
Story number one. It was the village of Brownstone in County Connemara. Oh, you're missing something, Aaron, that you're never without.
My lord, I am. I'll be back. I hope.
What's an Irishman without his tankard, right? Now, don't go off to the pub.
I'll be back in a
flash. It's like, hold on, there's a prop missing. Please keep. We're not that kind of broadcast mode. Can't wait to get that magnet. I know I'm gonna smirk every time I see it. Woohoo! Just killed a dragon. Good.
Maybe I'll just stay on this side.
No. Right hand man.
Right hand man. All right. Crossing.
I'm here. Here I am. I know you're late, but that's okay. So are we.
So are we. Only just getting started.
Okay. Are you ready now?
Yes.
Okay. It was the village of Brownstone in County Connemara, well known for its horses and one of my favorite places. I remember I was called in to find out what was terrorizing the horses of the village.
Oh, yes. The locals were in quite a state. It seemed all the kegs in the town were spontaneously bursting. So, at their wits' end, they called on me to solve
that's
the
your
problem.
idea of cutting me off?
That's my idea.
You were really slow in the... All right, keep going.
I gotta tell this tale,
okay,
right?
Okay, yeah.
The cooper was beside himself. Maybe they were twins, I don't know. But exclaiming that his kegs are sturdy and have never burst as long as he had made them. Apparently, he had been a cooper for over 50 years in the village, and this was the first time this had happened. I set about my investigation and spent a night in the local pub to guard the kegs. I needed to make sure the ale was not at fault.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. Well assured that the ale was quite normal and tasty, I kept watch. Suddenly there was an unearthly wailing, as if some beast from the depths of hell itself had made its arrival known. A moment later, every keg burst open and showers of ale sprung forth from them. Had it not been for the circumstances, I would have been very much enjoyed the experience. But I was determined to find the problem. Took a moment to clean up some of the ale.
Of course.
Only enough to settle my nerves, of course.
Of course.
I went out into the yard and found the horses in the neighboring pen leaping about and shrieking in terror. Then I saw it. A great black beast. It looked like a horse, but with a mane blacker than midnight and piercing red eyes alight with fire. I demanded the beast stop. The beast turned fully towards me and spoke in a deep, echoey voice. I was disturbing him. This village has disrespected him for far too long, and they must pay with misfortune. Shakily, I asked his name. He roared that he was Red Eye, bringer of Armageddon. The beast rose to confront me. Then the strangest thing happened. Maeve, Queen of the Fairies, arrived to save the day. You see, when the villagers called on me to solve the keg problem, they also called on her to find out what was disturbing their livestock. Little did either of us know it was the same thing. Well, the beast, it was a puka, you know. It suddenly turned to Maeve. The puka turned and reared and suddenly realized who it was dealing with. He bellowed, begging her forgiveness, claiming that the villagers had not left him an offering in months, and he must take his wrath upon them to show that they have disrespected him. She said to him that perhaps there's a good reason, and suggested we should ask the villagers why. By now, some of the locals, including the chieftain of the village and the cooper,
of course,
had gathered in the square, and they were terrified to see the puka. The chieftain approached and spoke. He said he'd never imagined such retribution. His new clerk had decided that the village was spending too much extra on placing out offerings, and when they weren't even sure there was even a puka around. Puka snorted, and the villagers gasped. Maeve said to the chieftain that perhaps a bit can be found in the granaries to leave out for Red Eye to enjoy.
Near enough.
He is a horse, after all.
Of course. Of course he was a horse.
Of course. Of course.
Of course he was a horse.
He looked at the puka in fear and awe, agreeing that something could be arranged.
I hope they have.
Now, you see, the cooper, so grateful the problem was solved, paid me with a keg of his finest dark ale, which I immediately offered to share with Queen Maeve, as I was in such awe of her beauty and presence that I could not express in mere words. See, I'm even speechless as we are. Graciously, she accepted the offer, of course. She is Irish, after all.
Yes, but we must be careful with fairies, because we have to make sure there's no iron in or anything.
That's right.
So you had to use a wooden...
So no iron brew.
No iron brew, that's right. And a wooden tankard.
That's right, exactly. So you're not sharing with me? Right?
No.
Not from this, no. You sure?
No,
Okay.
yes, I'm sure.
We told tall tales into the night and by dawn's light the keg was empty. About to go our ways, a thought struck her. This poor wizard, me of course, although well-intentioned, may just need a little help now and again.
Little.
So she offered me a bell, that if I ring it, she will come to my aid. And I keep it on me at all times. Little did I know I'd be needing it again quite soon.
You seem to need it a lot, actually.
I found myself needing it again. Not long after that.
No, and from there on, we were friends.
We were friends, absolutely.
And that's the way it should be.
Aye, it is.
Double the magic, double the fun.
Double your pleasure with. That sounds like an ad.
It does. It does. So, are you going to keep telling unverified user?
Unverified user. Thank you for the
cheers.
Cheers Award. Unverified user.
Not sure what that is.
I don't know.
But here, there's nothing in my hand.
Okay.
Cheers. There we go.
Don't burn your knuckles.
Ow. So, do you, perchance, Aaron, have another story for us?
I do. Quite some time later, I was in the north. It was a blustery day in Bushmill. My guild had set me on the quest to find an enchanted egret egg. They can only be found at the famed Giant's Causeway. I stood on the cliffs overlooking a vast bay with magical rocky pillars making up its shores.
Why were you... Oh, forget it.
I climbed down the steps of the pillars towards the water. I knew the nest to be far across on the other side, but I was very wearied from travel, so I needed to rest before undertaking the long hike.
Desiree, thank you.
Thank you so much. Feeling parched, I took a long drink from my canteen and settled on a rock to take a nap.
You take a lot of naps. Maybe you wouldn't take as many naps if you didn't drink so much.
Perish the thought.
Uh-huh.
I was awakened by a nudge. I came face to face with a majestic horse. Surprisingly, it spoke to me, offering to take me to the other side of the bay to claim what I sought. Unsurprisingly, I spoke back, appreciating the assistance from the most noble steed. I climbed on its back, and it began to walk along the great stone pillars. It made its way right into the water, and before I knew it, we were in the tide. I suggested that
and he doesn't need detergent.
I suggested that maybe we should stay on land. The water was rough and stormy day. The horse claimed nonsense, explaining we can make much better time across the water. With that, the majestic horse transformed into a hideous creature, half horse, half serpent, and its mane was like dark seaweed. That's when I realized it was a dreaded kelpie. I tried to jump off and found I was entangled in its mane. Its name was Ragnall, Deathbringer. The beast bellowed. It then leaped in the air and dove into the water with me struggling on its back. I felt the waters engulf me and gasped one last breath before going under. Holding my breath, my lungs ached as I tried to free myself from its grasp. I felt something grab my cloak from above, and a sudden rush of air surrounded me. Looking up as I spat out a mouthful of seawater, I saw another horse. This one was white, majestic, and kind. An Enbar. It pulled me from the grasp of the kelpie and into the air. The kelpie, enraged by losing its prey, burst from the waves and lunged at the Enbar.
Such an exaggeration.
As the beasts grappled, I fell into the water and struggled in the stormy seas. For my robes were heavy and they were waterlogged. I struggled to stay above the water and saw the two beasts battling above the waves. The screaming and bellowing were louder than the sound of the waves. The kelpie dragged the Enbar under, and soon the two burst from the water, the Enbar biting and kicking the kelpie. It was all I could do to try and swim to keep from being dashed against the rocks. Then I remembered. The bell. I pulled the bell from my belt, and as I sunk one more time, I kept my head above the water waves and rang as if my life depended on it. I rang the bell and lost consciousness. I woke later to find myself on the rocks.
There's a whole part in there when you're unconscious.
Well, I wasn't conscious to know that part.
Exactly. So let me tell you and them what happened in the intern.
Absolutely.
This is where I came in. I arrived to find the two beasts locked in combat, but Aaron was nowhere to be seen. I knew I heard the bell, so he had to be there somewhere. Acting quickly, I confronted the beasts and separated them, casting a holding spell on the Kelpie. I called out the Enbar, asking it where the wizard was. The Enbar replied that he had sunk beneath the waves. I directed it to rescue you.
Oh, well, thank you.
With that, the Enbar dove beneath the waves and plucked poor Aaron. Poor Aaron.
Oh, poor Aaron, indeed.
You have such bad luck. From a watery doom. Luck of the Irish you do not have. I scolded the Kelpie to leave the place and never hunt these sacred waters again. The Kelpie roared and that he ruled the waters, and I had no power over him. Well, I reminded him that I command horses, as I dispatched the beasts from icy waters. After all, I am the queen of the horses. Meanwhile, the Enbar had placed Aaron on some rocks nearby, safe from the stormy waters. The soggy wizard my soggy wizard coughed a lungful of North Sea water and sat up dazed.
Wait, whoa. Now
What?
it's my turn. Now that I'm awake, I remember this part.
Okay.
She introduced the Enbar as Vigand, an Enbar of the North. It is he who rescued me from the depths. I thank the Enbar for rescuing me. Pulling my canteen from my belt to take a drink, I noticed
As
the
usual.
cap open and my precious ale replaced with dank seawater.
Was your ale Guinness?
It was.
Oh, well,
Such
that is a
waste of
shame.
ale.
Yes.
I implored my queen to turn this swill back into the finest ale. She explained that it would have been a waste of her talent.
Below me.
Below you. Besides, hadn't I consumed enough liquid that day already? Well, certainly not so much in my stomach as my lungs. However, with
You
the
know
help,
you don't breathe water.
I don't breathe water.
No.
I'm not a mirror.
No.
With the help of the Enbar, they got me back to shore, and I finally got my enchanted egret's egg to bring back to the guild.
What did you need that egg for anyway?
Breakfast.
That is disrespectful. All right. Since you have such bad luck, I know one egg can beat them, but you've got bad luck, okay? Which reminds me of another of your survival stories.
My survival stories.
One of these days, the universe is going to take you. You know that, right? It's just going to be gone. That time you almost got abducted?
Abducted. Oh, do we have to tell that one?
Yes, we do. Aaron here was traveling in Donegal near the town of Ulster.
I should know this. I was there. I was traveling in Donegal near the town of Ulster. And whom should I chance upon but a tiny little man in a green frock coat?
That would be a leprechaun.
He introduced himself as Heron O'Beans and told me he cannot allow me to pass through these woods. He spoke in a diminutive northern dialect. I insisted I must pass, and I proceeded to try and pass him on the road. He shuffled over to block my path. Having no time or patience for his shenanigans, I cast a binding spell and bound him in chains. The leprechaun pleaded and offered me 3 wishes for his freedom.
As they tend to do.
Agreeing, I cast a removal spell, and the chains fell to the ground. I accepted his deal. The leprechaun shuffled over to a rock and sat upon it, cross-legged. He pulled out a long stem pipe and lit it. For my first wish, I asked for a full canteen of the finest ale.
Guinness. Okay.
The leprechaun granted my wish as he waved his hand. My canteen suddenly got heavier, and as I took a drink, my mouth was greeted with the sweetest, smoothest stout I had ever had.
Definitely Guinness.
My second wish, thinking clearly, thinking strongly, my second wish was for this canteen to be ever filling with this marvelous stout.
Whoa. Aaron? You realize technically your first wish would have come true with your second wish, and you would have had another wish.
Well,
they're technically the same thing. Yes, I thought so. Aaron at his best, ladies and gentlemen.
O'Beans waved his hand, and at first nothing happened. Determined to put it to the test, I gulped down the canteen. A moment after I finished, I felt it get heavier again, and it was once more full of stout. Not yet convinced, I gulped down another. Okay, what can I say? I love a good stout. The leprechaun, checking a fob watch, looked impatient, reminding me I had one more wish. I wished for more wishes, but he cut me off, reminding me that just doesn't work.
Nope, it doesn't.
I apologize for getting carried away. and wished for him to show me where his gold was hidden. The leprechaun sighed. After all, everyone's always after his gold. So he led me to a grove of ash trees and pointed to one near the center. He pointed to that tree, telling me it was buried underneath. Realizing I didn't have a shovel, I had to think on my feet. I needed to mark the tree.
You could have done it by magic.
You're going to ruin my story.
All right.
I'm telling this one.
Fine.
The only item I really had that I could spare in that moment was the bell that Maeve had given me. So I tied the bell to a low branch on the ash tree and set on the road to Ulster. As I walked, I felt parched, so I took another drink from my canteen. See, that's why I didn't leave it behind.
I see.
I was amazed at how many times it could refill itself.
I see.
After a while, I found myself a bit woozy, so I decided the bell was safely tied in the tree, so I'll just take a nap here on the side of the road before continuing on to town for a shovel. The next thing I remember is waking up with the bell next to me. And
Hey, my turn to fill in the missing pieces. Well, you were asleep. You see, Aaron had fallen asleep, and he'd been asleep for quite some time. While he slumbered like a little drunken baby, the wind picked up in the grove, ringing my bell. I arrived confused to not find Aaron anywhere to be seen. What I did find is a grove full of bell-laden ash trees, all the bells looking exactly like mine, and a leprechaun belly laughing on the ground. Well, I demanded to know what happened. He laughed at the foolish wizard, thought he could get to the goal, but now he won't know which tree has the right bell. I knew which tree had my bell. I summoned my bell to me and asked which way the wizard went. The leprechaun straightened up and cleared his throat, pointing west on the road towards Ulster. I charged him with the task of removing every annoying bell from the trees. Bowing and apologizing, he began to remove all the bells. I then started on the road to Ulster. Meanwhile, down the road, Aaron was in a bind and didn't even know it. When I found him, he was about to be the victim of a Fardarig, who was preparing to pop him into a sack and abduct him. I demanded he stop. The Fardarig looked up and then continued on his task. He spoke as he worked, tying Aaron by the ankles, claiming his right to his quarry. Aaron was completely oblivious to what was going on. You're a heavy sleeper, you know that?
that explains a lot of the dreams that I had that day.
I don't want to know because, we're not that kind of broadcast. A bit funny now that we look back at it.
Funny for you.
Yes, very much so. And I'm the queen, so I'm the one that counts. Okay. Anyway, I continued to engage the Fardaring, asking his name. His name was McCurry, from County Cork. He was far north from where he should be. I continued asking him if the pickings so slim in Cork that he had to abduct grown men in Ulster. Surely he could find a better pastime. I'd heard there's been a great baby boom in Belfast and suggested there might be prime pickings there. I mean, we gotta, get rid of some of those babies. There's just too many of them. He pondered for a moment. Now, mind you, I do not condone what the Fardarings do, but they do help our kind place our infants in good human homes. Taking my suggestion, he untied Aaron, and with that he skipped off down the road with his empty sack over his shoulder. Aaron still slept. I couldn't believe you did not wake up.
It's good ale.
Apparently. Yes, well, all of that. So trying not to disturb him, I crafted a note and tied it to my bell. It read, "You do realize you have magic and didn't need a shovel, you duffer. Next time, take better care of my bell. You abuse it too much, I'm going to take it back."
So that's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
I woke sometime later to find the bell in my hand with the note. Duffer, I was hurt by that. You didn't have to resort to such a hurtful word.
Why not? I call it as I see it. I am your queen, after all. Besides, I was quite cross with you to be disturbed from my daily activities by the din of so many bells ringing at once.
I'm not the only one who needs rescuing.
Careful.
I remember one time that I had to save her
One.
life.
One time. Just one.
One time.
Pause for a moment. Thank you, Chris. Apparently, we're
Chris,
brilliant.
and thank you, Julia.
Thank you,
Thank
Julia.
you so much.
Spotlights in the talent. We need a couple spotlights, although it'll probably be warmer.
Well, LED spotlights, that'd be fine.
Oh, that's
It'll
true.
be warm.
Thank you, Joel, for subscribing.
Hey, and welcome to Haps. Thanks for crossing over.
I'm totally trying to get me some wizard dinner. Could have. I'm the inbox. Thank you, Chris.
Let's make a good omelet with such eggs.
Okay, we're back to
an enchanted egret egg can feed like 100 men.
Ooh, Ronald, thank you for a high five.
Thank you so much. Oh, high five. Oh, come to me.
And
There
say,
we
do
go.
it. I know all these props, and it's like, oh, super heart. Hang on.
Super hurts. Look at that. It's so important. I put my tankard down first,
Oh my God.
but only for a moment.
On to the next.
So on to the next one. So this is where I rescued her.
Right.
It was in Kilkenny. Yes, insert the jokes here.
More beer.
More beer. South Park, that sort of thing. Yeah.
Yes.
And I came across her being stalked
Think
by...
about that. That's what you were talking about as we were writing it.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine. Keep going.
I came across her being stalked. There were these...
Maybe we should start the story where it actually started. I was traveling in Kilkenny on my way to gathering of fairies in the Wicklow Mountains when I came across two young men asleep by the side of the road.
Thank you, Vince, for sharing. Twitter and Facebook.
Thank you, Vince. Two men on the side of the road.
Two men on the side of the road. Ah, it happens a lot in Ireland, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. This was not like that. They were barely breathing and would not respond to me trying to arouse them. I tried a waking spell, but no luck. What I didn't notice was that I was being watched. Two dark shapes darted between the trees. I noticed two pairs of piercing eyes, glowing in the dark. Suddenly, two great snarling wolves burst from the woods to confront me. It was all I could do to protect the two poor lads. I cast a spell of light, hoping to scare the two beasts away. But that only enraged them further. One snarled and barked at me, while the other one growled, clutching the remains of a rabbit in its drooling jaws.
Oh,
Jaws.
this is where I come in.
Well, yes, I'm better with horses. He's better with dogs.
I
Says a
happened
lot
to be
about
passing
him.
through on my way to a pub in Kilkenny when I heard the
He
ruckus.
completely went over that.
Who'd have thought I'd find our queen in a predicament? Springing to action with my keen senses, I cast a taming spell on the wolves. The two beasts sat and panted, whimpering slightly.
You're just another dog. It figures you're good with brutish hounds.
Hey, you're connected with horses? I've got a thing for dogs. It's the way it is.
You've got a thing for dogs?
Yeah. Oh. That sounded better in my head.
We're not that kind of broadcast. It's not your head I'm concerned about.
Anyway, I sit myself down between the two wolves and speak with them briefly.
Hang on. Hang on. Briefly, huh?
Briefly.
How brief? You never speak brief. There we go. That's better. That brief.
Not briefly. Didn't take much to find out what was going on. Right? So I asked Maeve to trust me and step aside from the two young men.
And I did. If he's going to deal with the dogs, then I'm more than happy to let him. I was amazed to see them get up and oops. Yes. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I was amazed to see them get up and calmly walk over to the two men. And a cloud of fog swirled as the wolves merged with the men, leaving only the men by the side of the road.
Oh. The two sat up, and one reached a finger into his mouth, removing a string of rabbit entrail. I hate when that happens, he said, slightly gagging. He then noticed us. He told him his name is Peter Hapskins, and the other was his brother Paul.
Paul Hapskins, of course.
Paul Hapskins, of course. I asked them if they were aware that they were werewolves. And
I asked them if they were aware that they were werewolves, and they told me they returned in Ballaragat along the River Nor. An ancient werewolf of Ossory resides there and trapped them. Paul added that as much as they love the outdoors, this was just too much. They didn't want to be werewolves anymore.
It then dawned on us.
Yes, a bicycling werewolf.
Bicycling werewolf, yeah.
just
Wearing a
doesn't work.
Spider-Man costume.
Was wearing a Spider-Man costume. That's right.
How anachronistic is that?
Hmm.
It then dawned on us that we could convince the original wolf to turn them back. So we cast a mutual teleportation spell, stepped through with the brothers. We found ourselves in a ruin near the river. With the full moon high in the sky, we called out, summoning the old wolf.
A shadowy figure appeared and climbed on top of a rock. Casting a light spell, we found ourselves in the company of an ancient-looking wolf. Scared and battle-worn, we asked him to help us lift the curse from the Hapskins brothers, explaining that this time of the wolves in Ireland was over. He granted our wish. Last thing he wants to do with fight with the Queen of the Fairies. For it was no longer in his heart to witness the suffering of others. With that, the wolf approached and placed his withered paw on each brother. Howling mournfully, a thick fog surrounded the three, and the old wolf walked away.
The brothers were so grateful that they invited us to dinner at their small home. Ironically, dinner was rabbit, but this time well-cooked and no entrails.
That's right. That's right. I found myself in Balraggett some months later and came across the old wolf. He told me he had been visited by the brothers, who were plagued by fleas and desperately wanted advice on how to get rid of them.
I suppose some parts of the spell, some parts of the curse can't be lifted.
The fleas, no.
The fleas.
The fleas part can't.
Fleas get it. Fleas are everywhere. It doesn't matter.
Fleas, 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 fleas.
Tally-ho, Latin Lassie. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you. For that kind of broadcast, and no dogs were harmed during the make.
No, and no cats either.
Oh, my wings went back. Come on forward.
There we go.
There we go. Without the motors on, they kind of are free flowing. All right.
This is true. This is true. This is true.
It's true.
You know, we've got so many adventures to share.
We do.
We do. But I'd like to tell a story that has nothing to do with us.
Oh?
Did you hear the one about the banshee who showed up too late?
You must be teasing us.
It's true. I heard it from a friend of a friend. You've heard of the Fear Gorda, right?
Hold on. You heard from a friend from a friend.
Yes.
Were the friends drunk?
Maybe little. They were Irish.
That's true.
Hey, Perry, how are you?
And yes, I've heard of Farragorda. It was... I thought you said this was about a banshee.
Oh, bear with me, though.
All
I'll
right.
get to that. In County Limerick lived a man, or rather, died a man.
Sounds like you were going to start in Limerick.
There once was a man from Limerick. He had been a bagpiper.
Hold on. We're not that kind of broadcast. There we go.
He had been a bagpiper and spent much of his days piping in the village square, looking for handouts. Well, you've heard the term, he died as he lived. Well, this is no less true for poor bagpiper Dagon. You see, the villagers weren't very keen on his music, so when he passed, he was cursed by the old hag of the village, turning him into a walking corpse. What no one realized that he continued piping, not aware that he had passed. He played in the square a mournful tune and begged passers-by for handouts of food.
Of course, as they do.
The baker passed and refused to help. Several days later, the bakery burned to the ground, falling to the misfortune exacted by the Feargorta.
They tend to do that.
A young couple, more interested in their romantic exploits,
Did you just make a pass at your queen?
No, I just nudged, nudge once, wink, wink, say no
So-
more.
so-
Say no more.
Wrong culture.
Oh, right, yeah.
No English
A young
accent.
couple, more interested in their romantic exploits, shunned him and threw rocks instead of bread. A week later, the young bride fell ill and soon succumbed to consumption. That's hard to say, succumbed to consumption.
You did just fine.
I did just
Okay,
fine.
you
Okay,
did, yes.
I did good. One young man actually took pity on Dagon and offered him a mutton joint to eat. 2 days later, his prize pig fetched the highest price at market, and he was able to repair the roof on his hovel.
Moral of the story is you feed them and they reward you.
Exactly.
Okay. Is that the end of the story?
No, absolutely
Oh,
not.
all right.
No. Because through all of this, Dagon continued to play day and night, so much so that he didn't hear the wailing echoing through the village.
Oh, I see. All right.
Here's where we get to the point. A banshee came to the village. Her name was Katrina, and she was here to announce the imminent passing of Dagon. Unfortunately, she had arrived too late, as Dagon was not supposed to have died yet.
Oh.
Her wailing continued, trying to get his attention, much to the dismay of the villagers. Not only did they have bagpiping to deal with, now they had this wailing banshee wandering around the village.
That's got to be noisy.
Exactly. Oh, talk about a bad busker situation.
That's my corner.
She circled the piper, wailing and imploring him to follow her to the afterlife. Now aware of her presence, he ignored her as she had no food to offer, and he kept playing. She demanded his compliance, and he protested. This was a free busker zone after all, and he was in his right to play there. Frustrated, she lunged at Dagon and passes through him. He stops. He should have felt a cold chill as she passed through, but instead he felt nothing. They were the same. He looked at his hands and finally noticed the peeling flesh. Distraught, he dropped to his knees and wept a dry, mournful cry. He looked up at Katrina and begged her for a second life, but it was not to be. She held out a hand and led Dagon down the road and into the mist. The villagers cheered and celebrated, except for the young man who had been kind to Dagon. He picked up the old rusty pipes and brought them home.
Oh, no.
The pipes aren't cursed, but we hope.
Well, Scottish pipes in an Irish village. That's cursed in itself.
That's cursed in itself. Uh-huh. The moral of the story is, it is better to give than to receive. And always share your good fortune, for it may be taken from you at any time.
Okay. That story actually does sound preposterous. Other than the statement of Scottish bagpipes in an Irish town. It completely sounds ridiculous.
Well, the more ridiculous the story, the more likely it's true.
Really? How much have you had? Oh, wait, we can't tell because it keeps replenishing itself.
That's true. That's true.
He lost track 20 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
I do think you've had quite enough tonight, though.
I see.
Perhaps you should go home.
Home?
You don't want to go
I
home?
don't want to go home.
You don't want to go home.
Gee, Maeve, I don't want to go home.
How old are you? Well, I have to go home.
You have to go home.
Yes. I hear my favorite fairy calling.
You do?
She needs my help. Katie's a lovely fairy. She's a good friend to Tink.
Oh, is she?
She is, very much so.
I don't hear them calling.
Well, of course you don't hear them. You're not a fairy.
Oh.
Now, if you were Fae, you'd hear her.
No, thanks.
Now she's calling again. Bye, Erin.
Goodbye, Maeve. Everyone say goodbye to Maeve. Why do I always do that? There's always someone calling them or someone summoning them in a different direction. I just feel so left out.
We've been done.
Thank you so much, folks. That actually ended up being shorter than I expected it to be.
Yeah, when we dry read it, it was longer, but dry reading it, we're kind of pulling it together and making corrections as we go. So I would love to sit down. So if we can get rid of the white elevated and keep the one iPad.
Okay, I'm good.
Bye.
No, wait, more. No.
So lovely, like an anthology collection. So you like that format? It's different than the last format. Oh, Perry, thank you for the Listen Up award. Listen up. Can you hear me? A bagpiper. That's right here. Thank you, Perry.
Is Dawn in the house?
I don't know. Yeah, the motor didn't work. Basically, they're free floating because the motors aren't attached. So when I tilt the little hinges, right?
Fold back and then fold forward
Can
again.
I have stool? Because you can't sit in a chair with this thing.
Stool. Right behind you,
There we go. Right behind my broom.
Wants him to sit for some reason. Okay. Sit thyself.
It's always a
on my
challenge.
stool. I'm gonna grab the other one. Pardon me, crossing.
Yeah, is Dawn on? Thank you guys for the compliments.
I heard no.
Read another one.
Twerking
We haven't
setting
written
on.
another one, Perry. These are the sponsor stories. So it's $5 worth of awards or a $5 plus sponsorship. Bravo. Thank you. Clap, 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 clap. I only have one hand available. There we go. Stay safe award. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Desiree. Oh, there's another super heart, and I've only got one hand.
We do this. Oh. And we can never get out of frame with that one.
How did you get the gold light? I'll show you that in a moment. Twerking. We've all done fun. Thank you. You are welcome, Chris. Thank you for being part of it. There you guys, take my wizard dinner from me.
I know. I'm not worth eating. I'm all stringy and you know.
Oh, we got a namaste.
Hey, namaste. Lama, stay, Lama. And great podcast award. Thank you so much, Katrina.
Woo! Oh, there's a great.
Awesome.
We haven't come up with anything for great
Wow.
broadcast.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
All right, here.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn it off before the battery dies because these batteries tend to do that.
The orb.
So what I did was I used when I do these for sale online. I'm not sure if I'll do this the same way because the paint is scratching off.
Award from Eric.
But woo! That was an awkward high five, but thank you. But you know, the ones we'll make for online, we'll probably do a little switch or something and do something that's a little more solid. But it's one of these little tins that has. I don't know if you've ever seen Rescue Remedy, but it's an old Rescue Remedy tin.
Joel, thank you so much. Great seeing. Where's the comments going? Great seeing you too again from our favorite backstage gopher and stage catcher at Trek. That Joel. Took us a little bit, but yes, you were absolutely one of the most fantastic gophers and stage catchers.
Yes.
In the masquerade at the convention. So
battery's nice and flat.
Thank you, Kilt the Dragon. Thank you, Jeff, for the Super Clap Award.
Woo! I'm just going to stay still and let him do it. So yeah, and you can see it's off now. So we didn't bother designing this one with a switch because it was for ourselves. But I've got two more domes with two other colors. I think one is green, one is blue or something like that.
It would have been a beer brined wizard.
I'm gonna
but more flavorful.
I'm gonna make some for our store. But you want to put that on the desk? And his wizard staff, like he said, the battery's done. I'd like to, if anyone's interested in buying these kinds of staffs, we'd like to put staffs on the store too. So I want to remake my my Maleficent staff and put that up. And I want to make another one similar to Martin's there. Mm-hmm. Of course, the silver color because silver is magic.
That's right. Yes. So all my Irish friends are liquors.
See? Beer. Yes. I think Martin insisted on that part of the story being legit. You know that he tells me that once I'm back, I'm not allowed to drink alcohol again. He's bringing me out for good stout. I don't mean a short person. The Jaffa Serpent Guard. That was me.
That's right. Yeah.
That's right. Hi, Joel. Oh my God. Okay, hold on. I gotta subscribe. I'm subscribed to you.
Joel, it's great to hear from you again.
Enjoyed it. I hope you can create a miniature Herano Beans leprechaun. Our friends are liquors. Well, yeah, exactly. Well, we could always dress them. You know, we can always take a doll and dress it that way. And that's one of the things I want to do too, because I want to figure out miniaturizing the mechanics on these wings, mm-hmm. and make little dolls, like little doll backpacks. So that you can buy just the wings for your dolls. So that's one of the things I want to do. It's on my wish list this year. But we have to, Martin and I have to do, because we're realizing how many things have been gone in different directions and how many things have been broken and how many things have had a lot happening to it. So mm-hmm. we want to do a repair list and a make list.
Yeah. So
every week we're focusing on repairing one costume and making one thing. And hopefully that'll keep us busy. But mm-hmm. we still have to get things up on the wall.
That's right, yeah.
So the next one will be Star Wars. Mm-hmm. And
for the month of May.
Yeah, we won't be able to do it on May the 4th because it's too soon. So it'll probably be like the middle of May. But we will get into Jedi for the broadcast on May the 4th because, after all, May the 4th. And we might bring R2 out of storage. He doesn't have his electronics anymore, but he still looks really good on camera.
You guys could write up a whole D&D campaign.
Oh, Ronald, don't
we have.
I miss playing D&D. Yeah. I have to remember how to play D&D. But yeah, oh my God, it's been forever. Apparently, there's a D&D online thing. Oh, like you can play with people all over the globe. Mm-hmm. I was thinking of starting one of those. We'll let you know, guys. But yeah, it's something like $30 or something like that. I can't remember what it is, but there is a fee. Mm-hmm. Win D&D Beyond. So what do you guys think? You like that format better than the last one?
The anthology sort of thing?
Yeah, this one's more fun. This format is more fun. And it was easier to write because we were able to break it down into separate stories. So each story was an entity in its own. And that was so much easier to write because then we're writing short stories as opposed to one big, huge, long one like we did last time. And it puts us as part of the story, but not, continuing through the story. It's used. I'm more used to those. Are you okay?
To the anthology.
Ron wants to play D&D.
It'd be cool if we do D&D on Haps. Would have to be seven players in the DM, right? Would be the maximum, but that would actually be pretty cool.
I wouldn't want to DM that though.
No, we're not really interested in DMing. If someone else wants to DM,
how do you do a dice roll?
Honor system. Everyone would have to have their own dice.
Wow, that's true.
I actually played D&D with my daughter today for the first time. So much
fun
40 years later.
Oh my God, Chris.
We played a little bit of a campaign back in BC before we moved out here. And it has been about 30 years for us since we played. So that was kind of cool.
You are so welcome, Vince.
No problem.
Software has it built in. Oh,
the dice rolling. Okay. Well, if we're doing on Haps, it would be a different thing. But yeah, if there is an online thing that we could even our RMTP or something on the Haps, I don't know.
The 5e is way different. We've not played it.
5th edition.
We still.
Yeah. What were we doing? We were doing AD&D last time when we were in BC. The one that Ed was running.
3rd?
I think. Was it 3rd edition?
It was either 3rd or 4th edition, but it wasn't 5.
Yeah.
3.5.
Still have my D&D dice.
Nice, Desiree. You're our type of people.
Yeah.
I think we still have our D&D
dice bags somewhere.
Yeah. I guess people's cameras can focus on their dice. We have a cat playing like she's a kid. Hi! You look high.
What is going on? There's nothing in the hallway. She's got her ears back, her eyes bugged out, like she's freaking out or something.
Did we conjure up fairy folk?
Maybe we did. Yeah. I think the shorter format is easier, and it doesn't have to be a shorter format necessarily because we can, now we can do individual stories, right? We sort of looked at the contributors that got involved in this one and thought, okay, well, these two work well together. Obviously, Peter and Pablo as the two werewolves and werewolf brothers.
See, now I want to see Pablo dressed as a werewolf and dressed as Spider-Man.
Spider-Man on his bike.
On his bike.
I did the OG version with her basic set. Oh, nice. I can't stream from my house. I'd have to go somewhere else to play D&D if I have to broadcast. Oh, no, okay. Your internet, I guess, not that great at home, Ron? So, but yeah, I mean, thinking Pablo and Peter as the two brothers, and Dawn is the Fear-Gorta, and just thinking of the concept of we tried to figure out what are we going to do what can we pair the Fear-Gorta with, and I thought, well, it'd be great because he's probably just recently died, and the Banshee was supposed to be there originally to signal.
Hold on, who wrote the basis for that one? You thought. You said you thought.
I said we thought.
You said you. I love how his ego works.
Guess I'll have to watch the replay anyway. Oh, hey, Red Eye. Yeah, you missed your whole Puka story.
Yeah. You troublemaker. You shite disturber.
Shite disturber, that's right, yeah.
Do it again. Come on. Hi. We have a cat on camera doing weird things. And the camera isn't attached.
She suddenly had this, everything's going crazy around me.
I think we conjured up fairies.
Maybe we did, yeah. Well, I was ringing the bell a lot. Every time you ring a bell, a fairy gets its wings.
That's right.
Your cosplays are beautiful. Thank you, Wayne.
Thank you, Wayne. Okay, I'm going to put this down in a moment, but this is too precious, and I wish I could show you guys what she's doing.
Oh, really, Ron?
What?
Not allowed to FaceTime or publish any of the likeness of the property inside or 100 meters within the property limits. That's crazy. Is this like a building complex policy, or are you living in a secret military installation?
He's an alien. Don't call him out. He's an alien.
I bet that cat wants to sit on your chair again. Well, this is the other cat. This is Hathor, the orange fluff ball. I'm not Red Eye. I'm the pants guy. Oh, Dawn, what are you doing on Facebook? You missed your story. the bagpiping Firgorda. The second, LOL, secret military installation, and you're secretly an alien as well, right?
That's right. That's right. He's an alien. He finally admitted to
Or
it.
he is a Kelpie. Maybe he is a Kelpie
He could be
in a secret aquatic
horse type
research
way.
facility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, she started back up again. I stopped the
Turn the camera
camera.
off. They start going crazy.
And now she stopped.
I'm an IT, not an ET.
Nice.
Leprechaun versus the Fardarig, the dawn of luck. Yeah. Well, this is it. I mean, the leprechauns, as much as they were pranksters and tricksters, they were mostly harmless. Right? They just like to mess with you and do everything they could to keep you from getting their gold. Whereas the Fardarig was a little bit more malevolent. Their sole purpose was to go out and kidnap people, especially babies, so that the Fey folk could replace the babies with their own children as changelings. And of course, the humans wouldn't notice that this changeling is not their own child until it was too late. And all kinds of fairy
You can't send it back.
shenanigans ensue, and you can't send the thing back. Where do you send it to?
I think it was just a way to excuse out weird children.
That's true. Yeah. So really, what that means is the fairies are the cuckoos of the supernatural world.
Sorry, what?
Yes.
Oh,
the cuckoo,
the cuckoo
bird,
bear.
the bird, the cuckoo,
Yeah.
actually lays its eggs in other birds' nests and makes the other birds take care of the eggs and hatch them.
I'm a helper. Sneezing my brains out. It's left on my brains.
Why sneezing?
What? Well, I guess pollen.
Maybe,
right?
Yeah.
So yes, the next one will be Star Wars. Just there so I can see it. Thank you.
Okay.
This is much more comfortable. Thank you.
These comments keep vanishing.
Well, yeah, it's the way the app's designed. Did you want to turn it around?
Let's see if that works. Okay, yeah, they cover the screen now, but that's fine.
Fairies are so amazing, and they spread fairy dust. That's right.
They do.
That's right. They do. They do. We help everyone by having them sneeze out their heads.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so the next one will be Star Wars, and May the 4th is will be on in Jedi, but we're going to probably do it like the last week of May, just to give us some breather space. The Jedi outfits are a lot easier, so it'll be the week before that we'll do the cutoff again. So we'll have the week. It was much nicer having the week to write than to have to do it within a day type thing. And so it's $5 and up sponsorship, and those who are $5 and up on sponsorship also gets a discount code for our store. And when we redesign these, it's going to be really exciting because it'll be easier to put them on the store. Yeah. Well, you are you. Got to keep them, got to keep them aware of the world around them, or the wings around them.
Where's my tankard?
Are you bringing in R2 for the start with? Yes, except he won't have power because we took out his motors and his batteries. His batteries were old, so they kind of died, and steal human children because they were more attractive in hopes of enriching their people. But once they got you into Tir na Nog, you could not get out. And then, yes, the humans would be stuck with the replacement.
Yeah.
But Jedi, yes. Sith, you need Sith. Well, of course. Without the darkness, I would be recognized in light. The light. Do not fear. Your negative thoughts are part of you.
Mm-hmm.
So excited for that. Yes. We'll do the same thing we did here. We'll basically come up with what we need to do the story and give those who are even $5 worth of rewards. So starting tonight and between now and the week before, we will be taking anyone who has a $5 or more contribution max of combination of awards, and anyone who does $5 and above for a sponsorship, and we'll put you into a Star Wars story this time. That's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that one.
Chris, awesome broadcast. You have a great night.
Thank you.
Relax and enjoy yourselves. Thank you, Chris. Trying something tonight
towards a Scottish restaurant. Nettle soup.
Nettle soup. Just
nice.
Make sure that it's well stewed and cooked, so they're not The little prickly things in the nettles don't get your tongue.
But
Can I for real this time?
sure.
Okay. Thank you, Joel. Thanks for joining us. And welcome to
Joel.
Haps.
Welcome to Haps.
Check out all the awesome stuff going on, the broadcasters, and by all means, start some broadcasts yourself.
Oh, and Joel, you'll notice you already have a bunch of subscribers. That's the Haps team.
Yeah.
So feel free to let them know if anything goes wrong. The app is still in beta form. So there's a number of things that the developers are looking for from their audience and their users.
I don't know what character I would be for the Star Wars. I am the Wookiee.
Nice.
Piece of advice: let the Wookiee win. I'm looking forward to the Dune story. We still have to get a chance to watch the new Dune.
Well, we would need appropriate costumes.
Nettles lose their sting 20 minutes after picking them. Nice.
Pricking them?
Pricking.
Nettles prick you, so to speak, not the other way around.
You don't prick them back?
No, you don't prick them back. Besides, we're not that kind of broadcast. Mm-mm.
Have a great night. Thank you, Katrina.
Thank you, Katrina.
I'm glad that you resurfaced.
Oh, and everyone, do what Vince does. Suggest us for broadcast of the week. Woo-hoo.
High in vitamin C until you cook them high in iron.
Hey, really?
You make a nettle salad.
That would hurt. You kind of have to cook it to get
you use the little nail clippers to snip off all the little pointy bits on the leaves, right? So
you have problems, you know that?
It's
hey,
time
JB.
to leave beta behind and go gamma. Hello, JB from Malmo. Yes, you guys for broadcast of the week. Awesome.
Thank you.
By all means, everyone, we would so appreciate if you did that.
Someone tell Pablo and Peter to get their butts over here and watch the replay.
Yeah.
Especially their part.
You're looking cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, like I said, we were going to have the mechanics going, but nope, not tonight. That's okay. We're still unpacking stuff. We're still trying to figure out where everything is. So we're going to do a repair schedule.
How does one do that? How does one suggest broadcast of the week? Just send Peter or Pablo an email or
the older ones using the core of the stock. Oh yeah, I've heard that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Pablo Hey Vince, can you put the email address up again for Pablo? But yeah, you send an email to Pablo because he's in charge of that. He's in charge of broadcast of the week. These things, I can do this.
Wiggle.
And yeah, there's fiber optics. You'll see in the closing video, you'll see it all.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Martin also didn't completely do up the back, so I don't know. No, my underwear showing.
Yeah.
There it is. There it is.
Hey, Peter Loya at Haps TV.
So you send them an email with the link to this broadcast, saying you're suggesting us for broadcast of the week. And oh yeah, when I find this file again, I'm gonna put because I'm not gonna put this one up, but I'm gonna make another crown and put different flowers on it and different stones and put it up for sale as well. So we're gonna try to put more crowns up.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they're amazing. Thank you, Desiree.
Thank you, Desiree.
It's wiggle. Wing technique and twerking wing technique. There is.
Love that crown. Thank you. Yeah, I saw online there was some competition, some beauty competition. And so we took the image of the crown and we basically laid it flat, took out all the noise, made it into a drawing, and then cut it up on the laser using an ABS, thin ABS. And then spray painted it and then put the flowers and everything in.
Yay! Dawn's suggesting us for pants of the week.
Yay!
I didn't know that was a thing, but yay! Is that my actual hat? It's one of my hats. I wear many hats. This was my terrible hair. My Ren Fair hat for the longest time.
Sir Thomas Bildswell.
It's Thomas Bildswell at your service.
And now it's Wizard Aaron. See, we decided that the whole Renaissance look for the wizard was better than the pointy hat thing. Don't stop pulling it back.
Oh, stop pulling it back.
You lose your little edge. You lose your edge when you pull it back.
Yeah, well, this is it. That's why it's so terrible. What little is there?
We should tack it down so it doesn't keep billowing back. Yeah, the
I
stiffener
want
inside
to
it.
put an air bladder in it so I can go
The
like Jiffy
stiffener,
Pop.
stiffener inside of it is starting to give out.
It is a little bit, yeah.
You've been wearing that hat for years. You can see it's sun bleached
10
on
years
top.
at least.
Well, yeah, and you can always
This
tell when
wasn't Sir
something's.
Thomas's first hat. Sir Thomas's
No.
first hat was the one we bought at the
You can tell when
Ontario
something's sun
Renaissance Fair.
bleached. See, look at the color
It's
under
darker
there,
underneath, yeah.
and it's lighter on top. Part of the online store. That is the intention, yes. Laser.
Yeah. Again, if we had the working battery, we could show it to operate the stone lights up. A very big, bright blue color.
Kind of like a bluish white, yeah. Yeah. And I think we'll 3D print again, but out of a slightly different material and a lighter stone, like an actual mock stone. Because the real stone is what made it heavy and made it fall over. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we haven't had dinner yet, and it's 8:30, and I'm going to do the closing video, and you'll see these in action on the closing video. But yes, we're going to head out. Remember, respect yourself more than anyone else can, and everything will be fine. Keep the $5 plus sponsorships coming in. You'll notice Dave for Infinite wasn't in this one yet. You guys are going to have to communicate for each one now. So that so that we're using your ID basically with permission. Because we've had a few people say that they want to sponsor the $5, but they don't want to be part of these. So by all means, let us know. So I'm going to do the closing credits, and then I'm going to do the closing haps video, if I can. I'm going to hit you in the head again.
Yeah, you should clock me with the wings.
If you move the chair out of the way, because now they got the wings on, I can't sit on it.
Oh, the chair?
Chair out of the way. And the stool in its place. Woo! And come really close. There we go. Much love to you as well, Desiree. This has been amazing. Thank you guys so much. Doing a post Irish Folklore story time later on at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. your time. So 10 p.m. our time. We'll be done dinner by then and probably cleaned up. We'll check in.
Okay, Dawn, did you post another image or something? Your comment for YouTube with the little up arrows implies that you posted.
Oh, it did it again. It's not showing the picture. And my mouse has decided not to work. And magic isn't going to work on this computer. Hey.
Oh, your mouse has decided not to work. I thought you said your mouth has decided not to work.
Hey.
The time difference sucks. What? The trackpad dead?
It's dead already.
Oh, it's dead already. Fresh batteries in?
Connected. Okay.
Oh, it just took a moment.
It's time difference sucks. Yeah. That's what it is, Ron.
It does.
Perfect. Hugs. Thanks for the story. You're welcome, Katrina. I posted text. Interesting. It said for you too. Oh, much love. Were you agreeing with Desiree?
Oh, that could be, yeah.
Britney Spears bug on haps. Oops, it did it again.
Oops,
Nice.
It did
it again. Wait, are the pictures showing up on your end? They're not showing up here. We'll have to look at it. Send us some.
Dawn says he only posted text then.
Oh, okay.
So.
And yeah, normally I do purple contact lenses with this outfit, but the purple contact lenses were neglected and they dried out. All the liquid inside went away and they're now shriveled little. So these are my light green ones.
When's the last time you dressed as Queen Maeve? Have we done it in Ontario yet?
In Ontario, no.
No. So it's been over 2 years since that costume's been worn.
Wow. Yay! Thank you, Desiree.
Thank you so much.
Woo! Guess who's joining the next story time? Guess who's joining the next story time? Jedi is a lot more comfortable. I mean, I love the effects of this outfit, but without the air circulation.
And remember, folks, for the next
Thank you,
one,
Jazzy.
Not everyone gets to be Jedi or Sith.
No. No, we're going to come up with a few aliens and stuff like that, so
right, yeah.
You guys can pick.
Jawas. Jawas are awesome.
Yeah,
Ewoks.
we can do Jawas.
Wookiees, like
Ewoks,
Vince
yeah.
mentioned.
Yep. Wookiees. And remember,
Maybe a hut or two.
the trick is not to do existing characters.
Yeah.
The trick is we make you your character.
These are going to be original characters based on the races in the Star Wars universe.
I want, she says. Why he's in the back? No room right now. No, I had to reach the computer.
Yeah, she's right up against the desk, so I can't stand next to her.
I will be a Wookiee for the next Star Wars story time. All right, Vince. Vince has already claimed Wookiee, folks.
Yep.
Vince has already claimed Wookiee.
And remember, let the Wookiee win.
Mm-hmm. Remember, it's $5 worth of awards between now and then, and it's $5 sponsorship or plus. And oh, Desiree, because it's a $5 sponsorship you did, send us your email address on our Facebook.
On Messenger, Facebook Messenger.
So on Facebook Messenger, look for Car Hunger Creative, and send an email with an email address. Like send a message with an email address, so we can send you your 10% discount code for the store.
Dawn, I love it. Something to consider. Want to be a Vulcan who actually slipped through an aberrant rift in time and space. Mandos, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, Mandalorians, definitely.
Bounty hunter.
Stormtrooper. Although, keep in mind, if you're a Stormtrooper, your aim sucks.
That's right, yeah. Because only Imperial Stormtroopers are so precise. Obi-Wan, you've been hermiting on this planet for way too long.
And not that one or that one. No, not that one either.
Nope, not that one. Or that one. No.
Actually, no, it's just Car Hunger. Facebook.com/Car Hunger. CARR.
HUNGER.
Yeah, the word creative isn't, but if you type in Car Hunger Creative, you'll find it. Because we also have a personal group. So if you only type in Car Hunger in the search, it won't work. But yeah, Facebook.com/Car Hunger. Just Car Hunger. And you'll get it. All right, folks. It's time to roll the credits on the final video. And we'll see you guys later. Remember, respect yourself more than anyone else can, and everything will be just fine. And hey, Martin.
Yes.
Say, see you in the stories, Martin.
See you in the stories, Martin.
There you go. Take care, guys. You too, Vince. When you do a Star Trek story, I want to be a character who did the same
from Star Wars.
Nice. All right, folks. We'll still keep the microphone on, and we'll sit here quietly so that if any other questions pop up, we can answer them while the videos are playing. And please, remember now with HAPS, you can follow people's posts as well as their broadcasts. Like get notifications. So turn all your notifications on so you don't miss a thing we post. All right. And do that with each other. Go back and turn it on, because I had to go back and turn a bunch on. All right. You are so welcome, Vince.
Man. Thank you, Vince. Thank you.
All right. Here we go. Credits. Roll them. And now roll. This video was done a couple of years ago using the sport mode camera, so it's kind of stop motion, so you can see the wings and each step as they move. The microphone off now, guys. See you later.
Keep the time.
We had a great time in Montreal. Montreal was all hardwood floors, right? Go on, camera. Okay.
Sex of hot food. No! Well, look, cocktails.
So how much styrofoam?
No. Way too much styrofoam. The birds are confused. It's like, what's this city doing?